This is Samwise J. Morgenstern, and here I am with another bit of Hamilton Sundays. This time I'm covering Hamilton famously refuting the farmer Samuel Salisbury on September 5th, 1774. The only distinction between freedom and slavery consists in this. In the former state, a man is governed by the laws to which he has given his consent, either in person or by his representative. In the latter, he is governed by the will of another. In the one case, his life and his property are his own. In the other, they depend upon the will of a master. It is easy to discern which of these two states is preferable. No man in his senses can hesitate in choosing to be free rather than a slave. That Americans are entitled to freedom is incontestable on every rational principle. All men have one common original. They participate in one common nature, and consequently have one common right. No reason can be assigned why one man should exercise any power or preeminence over his fellow creatures more than another, unless they have voluntarily vested him with it. Since then, Americans have not, by any act of theirs, empowered the British Parliament to make laws for them. It follows they can have no just authority to do it. Besides, the clear voice of natural justice in this respect, the fundamental principles of the English construction are in our favor. It has been repeatedly demonstrated that the idea of legislation or taxation, when the subject is not represented, is inconsistent with that. Nor is this all our charters, the express conditions on which our progenitors relinquished their native countries came to settle, in this preclude every claim of ruling and taxing us without our assent. Every subterfuge that sophistry has been able to invent to evade or obscure this truth has been refuted by the most conclusive reasonings, so that we may pronounce it a matter of undeniable certainty that the pretensions of Parliament are contradictory to the law of nature, subversive of the British Constitution, and destructive of the most solemn impacts. What then is the subject of our controversy with the mother country? It is this: whether we shall preserve that security to our lives and properties which the law of nature, the genius of the British Constitution, and our charters afford us, or whether we shall resign them into the hands of the British House of Commons, which is no more privileged to dispose of them than the Grand Mogul. What can exaggerate these men who labor to delude any of us into an opinion that the object of contention between the parent state and the colonies is only 3 pence duty upon tea? Or that the commotions in America originate in a plan formed by some turbulent men to erect it into a republican government? The Parliament claims a right to tax us in all cases whatsoever. Its late acts are in virtue of that claim. How ridiculous, then, is it to affirm that we are quarreling for the trifling sum of 3 pence a pound on tea, which it is evidently the principal goal against which we contend. The design of electing members to represent us in General Congress was that the wisdom of America might be collected in devising the most proper and expedient means to repel this atrocious invasion of our rights. It has been accordingly done. Their decrees are binding upon all and demand a religious observance. We did not, especially in this province, circumscribe them by any fixed boundary, and therefore, as they cannot be said to have exceeded the limits of their authority, their act must be esteemed the act of their constituents. If it should be objected that they have not answered the end of their election, but have fallen upon an improper rumor and ruinous mode of proceeding, I will reply by asking, who shall be the judge? Shall any individual oppose his private sentiment to the united council of men in whom America has reposed so high a confidence? The attempt must argue no small degree of arrogance and self-sufficiency. Record. If you like this reading from Samwise J. Morgenstern, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You may also follow us on Facebook. Tweet me at Samwise J. Morgenstern. Also follow me on Tumblr. If you would like to support this show that I do, you can support me on Patreon at the link in the description. You can also simply support my podcast on Anchor. You can set up the plan there, and I will also have rewards for my patrons ranging from shout-outs to original short stories, just whatever might be there. Go there and sign up if you want it. Anyways, stay well, stay safe, stay home, and as always, follow the will of Blue Heaven.